anyone who suggests that you network in order to grow your business suggests that you book one-to-ones with people. It's usually 1:1. You see that all the time. But what does nobody ever talk about? What to do during that one-on-one meeting. We're going to run through 10 tips today of how to build connections through one-on-one meetings. All right, the first thing is, who do you have one-on-ones with? Well, if you're actually joining a networking group, a club, an organization, the obvious is just to make your way through the roster. You can go right to the website and just start going down. Reach out to people. This is where I love Calendly. Give them your link and say, hey, I'm new to the group. I would love to get to know you. Let's do a one-on-one. That's all you need to say. If somebody is in a networking organization, they're very used to that question and are probably very excited to have that connection with you. Now, the other way, however, is that every time you're going to a event with this group, you select a few people that you are curious from things that they said to learn more, and you go from there. How many one-on-ones should you have? Just a quick seg before we even continue on these 10 tips. I try to aim personally to have 5 per week. I know some do 10. I know some do 2. A good rule of thumb is when you're going to a networking event to try to have 2 one-on-ones scheduled after every event. If you are like me and very strong on the networking scene, I'm usually at about 3 events a week or 2 events a week. That gives about 5. But as you're going to learn, you're keeping up with these people. So the people that you are connecting with repeat every few months. Okay, so Zoom one-on-ones, they're not bad. If you are like me trying to cram a bunch into them, try to have your one-on-ones on Zoom because it cuts down on that driving time. It cuts down on that over 1 hour, that lingering that you may get. Oh God, I've lingered for an hour when I really enjoy somebody. I don't want to stop talking to them. But Zoom one-on-ones can really help. They can help you fit more of these meetings into your schedule. It was tough before COVID, but now in this post-COVID world or this during COVID world, people are going to be open to doing that more often, and that can really help you with your schedule and fit more in. Now, you should do a tiny bit of homework, but not too much. By homework, I mean check out their LinkedIn profile. If you're having a one-on-one with them, you can connect with them on LinkedIn while you're there, look at them a little bit. If they have a website, check that out. But you don't want to do too much. Why? Because you want to be curious when they're talking to ask questions. You don't want to know everything they're going to say. Get an overview, understand a little bit about them, and then come to that one-on-one with open curiosity. The next is to ask. Don't make it all about you. Of course, you're going to get excited when they say things, and then you're going to go back and forth. That's fine. But the whole point is for you each to know a lot about each other. So they're going to ask you things. You say things and then you ask them something. We're trying to discover things about each other. It's the whole point of building our relationships. We want to know more than what people do for work. The next is when you're having that asking and that going back and forth, find the commonalities. Why? It will help you remember them better. And you'll always have something that you can relate to with them. And always you'll have something that you can be like, hey, how are you doing with this thing? And be genuinely excited about it. Because guess what? If you're excited about them, they're going to feel that enthusiasm and like you back. The next is 2. How can I help you without saying, how can I help you? Because guess what? There's a big trend in networking teaching that is every time you meet someone, ask, how can I help you? But if you actually say to somebody, how can I help you? They're going to feel awkward, put on the spot, and uncomfortable. I guarantee it. You can see people's faces and they're kind of like, I don't know. What do you want me to ask for? More listen. Listen when you're asking questions. Listen to what they're needing. If somebody is saying like, oh, I really want to speak more, say, oh, I have these great places that you can speak. Let me put you in touch. Or if they're saying like, yeah, I'm really trying to get an introduction to this person, I could introduce you to that person, or I can introduce you to this person who could introduce you. It's not about anything of you selling things, but it may be that you also can say, oh, I can solve that problem for you. That's what I do. Now, if you are having a one-on-one with somebody, I don't want you to be selling. I want you to be connecting, having the relationship. If you do all of a sudden find that you can solve their problem and you have a product or service that's perfect, a great way to do this is to say, oh, that's what I do. If you want to have a conversation about that, let me know. We'll schedule something. And then they are very aware that you can solve the problem, but they do not feel pressured in this meeting that you're having. They do not feel like you're turning your connection into a sales meeting. And if they are interested, they will book something with you. And I say that from experience. It will work and it will make everybody feel more comfortable in that situation. The next is to follow through. So if you say that and I right off the bat, I'm going to say that I sometimes will have way too many meetings in a week, and I will sometimes wait a while and not do it immediately. Oh, I hate myself for that. But in general, try to follow through by end of week. Try to get those connections to them that you're trying to do. Try to do whatever thing you said you were going to help them do. Try to do that. You won't be perfect, but just try. Do your best. Don't ignore it. As long as you're trying, and even when you see them next, you can be like, oh my God, I'm meaning to introduce you to this person. I'm so sorry. They'll get it, but don't ignore the fact that you're trying to do it. Just do your best. The 8th tip is to schedule another meeting. So I keep a spreadsheet, of course I do, of my quarterly coffees that I have with people. Now, I have one-on-ones with people. I would say probably 20% of the people I have one-on-ones with, I put into my quarterly rotation. Not everybody. Not everybody. The 20% that I can't wait to talk to next time, that I want to constantly be having a conversation with, that I felt really were enjoying time with me as well. Sometimes that's the 10th tip. That doesn't happen. But you want to be reconnecting with people and establishing relationships. So you want to make sure that you're scheduling the next thing with them about 3 months later-ish or 6 months later or however you would like to do it. I sometimes fall out of the pattern, but I get back on and I'm very clear with the people that I want to continue this with. I say, hey, I like you. I love to have my favorite people in this spreadsheet and I will reach out to you in 3 months and we will have another coffee. If I fall off and I'm a little late, I'm coming. Don't you worry about it. They get excited. I get excited. Everybody wins. The 9th is to stay in touch on social media. This is what I always say. First you do networking, then you do social media. Why? Because your network gets to keep up with you in between. It gives you something to talk about when you see each other next, and it gives your network an understanding of how they can help you. You can see how you can help them. You can collaborate. Everybody understands what's going on. If you want to send somebody to their social media, it makes it easy. So connect with them on the social medias that you are using. And last, not everyone wants to be your best friend. I say this to my dog and my husband all the time because I too have to be reminded of this. Sometimes you meet people, oh God, my favorite book, Give and Take by Adam Grant. Is it my favorite? One of my top. It just is basic human nature. Not everybody is a giver. A few are takers, a few are exchangers. And sometimes when you end up in a one-on-one with a taker, you know it, and you probably don't want to have another one-on-one with them because they're just selling. They're just pitching in that meeting and you can't wait to get out of there. Sometimes there are just people that rub you the wrong way. Sometimes there are people that you're like, I just have nothing to talk to you about this. I'm exhausted from this conversation. You don't have to see those people again. The whole point of having one-on-ones are kind of like dating. You're trying to see who you want to keep seeing. Those that you want to see, you will keep seeing. But understand that not everybody that you're having a one-on-one with is somebody that you need to keep having one-on-ones with. One and done. Nothing wrong with that. Remember, 80%, one and done. Doesn't mean that you can't have a great relationship with them when you see them at events. It doesn't mean that you can't refer to them. It doesn't mean that you can't collaborate with them. You just don't want to have one-on-ones all the time. That's okay. You also may not want to ever see them again. That's okay too. Whole point of networking, meeting people, finding your network. All right, get out there, reach out. Even though we're in a world of Zoom, if you're in an organization, look at that list. Who have you not had a one-on-one with? If somebody connects you to somebody, say, let's have a one-on-one instead of just, oh, here's an introduction. I know that Sierra can help them. I'll usually say, I love meeting new people. Let's do a one-on-one. Not everyone says yes, and that's absolutely fine. But those that do, very cool things sometimes happen. You never know. And if you'd like, you can reach out and have a one-on-one with me. You know what I'll do? Send you my Calendly link. We'll get set right on up on a Zoom one-on-one. I'm Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers. If you enjoy this content, subscribe. Come back every week. I have new business tips for you every Tuesday. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for watching.